Wednesday, should I say. Today's gonna be a good day. God is on my side. God has blessed me to wake up and given me another day. So it's an amazing day. And I'm not gonna let nobody, I don't care how mad I get, I'm not gonna let nobody take my joy from me. Because I'm not gonna give them power over my joy. So, with that being said, what's up? What's going on out there in YouTube streets? What is popping? What's everybody up to? You know, I'm on my way to work. It's okay, because you know what? After today, I got 3 more days of work this week. And then Sunday, I'm off. Hey, Sister Opal, good morning, beautiful. How are you? Welcome in, welcome in. Good morning, beautiful Sister Mary. I'm glad I got to see you before I got to work. Woohoo! I told you today was going to be a good and blessed day. Yes. I'm off Sunday, of course. And then I work the next 5 days after that. And I'm on vacation for 10 days after that. Whoop, whoop. Can I get a whoop, whoop in the house? Because I'm excited. I'm like Ivan. He's counting down for the last day of school for summer break. And I am counting down for... Somebody called my other phone. I'm counting down for vacation. PTO. Prepare the others. I ain't coming in. That's right, sister. Speak it. Speak them affirmations this morning. Yes, ma'am, I have to. Because I've noticed that I've been allowing other people to affect me, and I can't keep doing that. I laid there yesterday, or last night, should I say, and I was just thinking, and you know, I visited with my aunt. Me and my mom visited with my aunt yesterday. She came from Corpus to see her other children that are nearby us. And we also got to see her, so she brought pictures that she was giving back to us, you know, because my uncle has moved on. You know what I mean? Like, my uncle is in a better place. And she was just returning pictures to everybody. So I was seeing pictures that I had never seen before. And I looked at a picture of myself when I had only my 2 older boys. And I was like, I was so alive. I was so... I could see myself at the choices that I make then up until now. And I know I let my thoughts of other people affect me. And I had allowed me to fall into looking for love in all the wrong places. You know, what I thought was love was not love. It was lust. And I know that's a sin. And I have to own up to it. You know, I have to own up to my mistakes that I did. So with that being said, I was like, I can't dwell on the past. I can't change the past. And I got to move forward. I have to allow myself to move forward and be free. You know, because it's going to drag me down. It's going to affect me in so many ways, more than one. Good morning, Mary and Chad. Happy Wednesday. Miss Riz, Sister Riz, how are you, beautiful? I hope you're having a blessed morning. I heard about what happened to y'all on Sister Key's channel, that y'all got scared and y'all almost fell out of the bed and y'all almost dropped the phone. She told me about it and I was in there laughing. I couldn't stop laughing. Hello, the Fortnite boy. Welcome in, welcome in. I hope you're having a blessed morning, because it's a good day, because God gave us a good day. He woke us up. Good morning, Sister Riz from Sister Opal. So, you know, I can't keep going that way. You know, I have to push forward, and I gotta better myself. Amen. I gotta better myself, because this world is a crazy place that we're living in right now. Times have changed, and I know in the Bible it says that you're not going to be able to tell season from season, and you can't anymore. Yesterday, or it started the day before, where we started getting rain here in Texas. Like, All around me, it had hell in it. I'm great. How are you? Yes, scared us. Good morning, Lady O. Yes, I'm doing great. I'm blessed. God woke me up, so I'm having a blessed morning. I had breakfast, so I'm great. And everywhere around us, it was hailing. My son drove home from where he was at, and it held. He drove through it, and I was like, oh my goodness. I said, why didn't you stop? He goes, Mom, God is with me. God is always with me, and I'm going to be okay. And I couldn't argue. I couldn't argue, even though I would worry about him, but he had a point. God is going to protect him on the road. My other son, he was at work and he missed all the hell, which I thank God, because it got really bad over there. And then my coworker's niece lives on the other side from where I work, and it held so bad over there. I was like, oh my goodness, hurricane season hasn't even started. So that means that we have to be prepared, not physically prepared. We have to be prepared spiritually, because he's out to get us. And you know what? I'm not going to let that happen. For me and my home, we're going to stay prayed up and blessed up, because I need to get closer to God. I want to, read the Bible more. My problem with reading is I struggle with reading. I've always struggled with reading. I will not lie about it. I have dyslexia, so I have a hard time reading words. And sometimes I second guess myself at what I'm reading because I think it's wrong. Spelling is the same thing for me. So with that being said, I want to read the Bible, but I just find it hard because you know how you get a book and you read it, you go chapter per chapter, down each paragraph, word for word. Well, my question has always been, do you read the Bible the same way? Because I see when you're in church, you may be in, let's say, James, and you're reading something there. Then all of a sudden it'll jump into, let's say, Corinthians. These are names that are just coming to my head. Corinthians, and then it'll jump back over to Matthew. It skips around, but I don't know if that's how you're supposed to read it, or can you start page 1 and go all the way down and then read the Bible that way? Because I don't know if that's how you read it. But I also know with reading the Bible, I struggle because there's words in there that are so, it's like the alphabet threw up the letters. That's the way I feel. They threw up the letters and they just put words together, because I'm like, oh my goodness, how do you read this? Yes, God will give you understanding. Thank you, Miss Riz. Good morning, Mary and Chan. Hey, Lynn's Life, how are you? I hope you're having a blessed morning, sweetheart. So, I came across on another platform. Hello, Miss Lynn from Miss Riz. I came across this on another platform. There was a lady talking, and every month I think she gives away a Bible, which I went ahead and did what I was supposed to do. Good morning. Is it Ebony? Ibani? I hope I'm saying your name right. I'm sorry if I said it wrong. I'm so bad with pronouncing names. I do apologize. Hello, Miss Riz. Hello, Miss Riz from Lynn's Life. Yes, thank you. Ooh, I got it right. And she told me. Well, she was talking about a website, and I actually looked up that website, and I get emails from them. It's called the Daily Grace Company. And you go on there, you can order like Bibles, it's got journals, it's got a lot of good stuff in there. Hi, welcome in 6-7. Not my name, quarterback. What's up? What's happening? I hope you're having a blessed morning. You should be having a blessed morning, because God gave us breath in our body to wake up. And so, I'm definitely going to order some stuff in there this week. I'd seen some things that I wanted, but of course I looked at the cost and I'm like, whoa. But you know what? God will bring us through anything. He'll make a way for us. And I'm trying to let go of stress, because I know stress is another sin, another thing that attacks us, and I'm tired of it. Hey, my brother Arthur, how are you? Welcome in, welcome in. I hope you're having a blessed morning. And I just want to be able to be worry free, stress free, and I'm gonna leave it in God's hands to get me there. Love you, sister. Love y'all. Love you too, my brother. And I just like after seeing my aunt yesterday, we went to go eat lunch. We got there around 11. Mind you, we were there from 11 till practically 3 o'clock. We were just talking, we were eating, we were laughing, and we were crying. We're talking about my uncle who is moved on, like I said, and I seen pictures of him, and we didn't show my mom the pictures, because my mom hasn't seen them, and my mom doesn't want to see the pictures, and I was sitting there, and it broke me down. I love my uncle. I miss him dearly. To see somebody so strong, him, my other uncle, and my aunt, to see somebody so strong go from that strong person almost back to a child. Um, I've noticed now ever since then, a lot of the people that I have come in contact with where I also work at who's moved on, I didn't realize it, how many people are moving on. And that farther lets me know that my grandfather said, when that time is getting close, a lot of people will be moving on because God is preparing us for what's coming, and we got to pay attention to the sky, the signs, just pay attention to everything. And that's why I love taking pictures of the sky. I know that my aunt was telling me maybe it'll be a week Saturday that they were looking in the sky, or she was looking at the sky, and that what do you call it? She seen like it looked like a plane. She said it looked like a plane coming towards them, not actually towards them, but in the air going that way. And she says that she looked and it had like an aura around it, but then it disappeared. She says, I don't know where it went. I go, I've been seeing pictures on another platform about that. The same thing you're telling me. It's the same thing people are showing in pictures because they're capturing pictures of it. And people are like, we don't know what it is. We don't know what it is. And somebody on the comments commented and said the same thing, was you need to pay attention to the skies because God is going to put signs for you. He's going to put signs for all of us. And I was thinking of everything that I've encountered my own, meaning like when I was going to work, because I pray every day. I pray when I go in the shower. I pray while I'm driving. I pray, 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 pray. And this time I was praying, but I looked up at the sky, and there was, the clouds were thick, thick in the sky. And I looked up, and when I seen what I saw, I'm like, am I really looking at it? Am I really seeing what I think I'm seeing? And I wanted to reach for my phone. Mind you, I'm driving. My phone's in the passenger seat. At that time, I was like, but I can't get my phone. My phone felt like it was on the other side, like the next block over. It felt like my phone was so far, and I kept trying to reach for my phone because I wanted to get a picture at what I was looking at in the sky. I said, maybe nobody's gonna believe me. Love you, Sister Lynn from Arthur. And I said, nobody's gonna believe what I'm looking at. There was a man standing above the clouds, a tall man above the clouds, and I'm like, oh my goodness. And I kept driving. I don't know how I kept driving because I wasn't focused on driving anymore. I was just, love you too, Arthur from Lynn. And I was so focused on the cloud. And I could not get a picture of the sky at all. And I was like, as I kept trying, the clouds were separating. And the man in the sky was getting smaller and smaller. And I'm like, and he disappeared. And so I was like, oh my goodness. And then another time, I do have a picture. You know what? I gotta find a picture so I can post it in my community tab. I was driving from work this time, as soon as I left work, and I looked up at the sky and I'm like, that's an angel. I got chills. I said, that's an angel. And I did get that picture. And you can see the wing and you can see the body. It was so beautiful to witness the angel in the sky. And I was just like, God, I know you're talking. I know you're talking. And I said, this is amazing. And I'll see hearts, in the sky. I'll get hearts in the sky randomly. I have another picture where it was a bad thunderstorm. I don't know if it was something going on. I forgot what storm it was. This was more recent. And when I took the picture, the sky lit up because of the thunder and the lightning. And I pulled the image bigger. And I told my mom, do you see what I'm looking at? Love you, Sister Miss Riz from Arthur. I said, do you see what I'm looking at? She goes, yeah. I go, that looks like a table. And that looks like people are sitting there. I had to get the images, and I'm going to have to put them on my community tab. I'm going to do that when I go to lunch because I love seeing stuff like this. I love to encounter stuff like this, because it's a blessing to be able to see, all of it, And my aunt was telling me her great grandson, was talking to her or telling my cousin, and my cousin told my aunt, love you, brother Arthur from Miss Riz. He told his mom, because he's only 4 years old, y'all. He's 4 years old. But he was attached to my uncle, because she lived with my uncle and my aunt for a while. And he didn't understand, that my uncle wasn't coming back no more. He's little. He's 4 years old. He doesn't understand. He just coming back. So this had me in tears yesterday. So be ready. So his dad sat him down and was explaining to him, hey, Miss Riz. Hey, Mary. Hey, Sister Sweetheart. Hope you're having a blessed morning. He was, explaining it to her. Well, his dad was explaining to him, that my uncle wasn't coming back. And so at that point he goes, look, why are the clouds moving so fast? Why is the sky moving so fast? So my aunt told him, the sky is not moving so fast. No, sorry. Woo. I got too many people going on in the story. Love you, Sister D from Arthur. And he tells his mom, why is the sky moving so fast? She says, oh, it's not the sky, it's the clouds that are moving fast. He goes, I know why. And she goes, why? Why are the clouds moving so fast? He says, because that's my papa, because he called them papa instead of grandpa. That's my papa. He's moving the clouds so he can see us. And of course, my cousin started crying. Hey, Sandra Boo, how are you from Miss Riz? So she teared up, and she hears him talking. She's like, who are you talking to? He says, my papa. He's telling me goodbye. That's why he was moving the clouds. Oh, if I didn't break down crying, I'm like, oh my goodness. And I asked my aunt, I go, how old is he? She says, he's 4. She goes, but I don't know if I should believe him. I said, I believe him. I believe what he's saying. I said, he has an innocent mind. He has a connection, with the good sides, because as you get older, your mind starts seeing and hearing all this other stuff. We get corrupted, of course, I'm away to the doctor, but I'm doing good. Hope you are, Miss Riz. Sending prayers, Miss Sandra. Hope you're doing well. Yes, he knows where Papa is. Yes. And I told my aunt, I believe him. I literally believe him because my oldest son, not my oldest, my second son, when he was little, roughly around the same age, because he wasn't in school yet. He goes, Mom, I'm always hearing people call my name, call my name. Mind you, it's dark in my house. Everybody's asleep. It's just me and him. And I'm like, what do you mean you hear people calling your name? He goes, yeah, they're always calling my name. And then I was like, okay, let's go to bed. So we went to bed. We went to sleep. And then after that day, I took him to summer Bible school, and the pastor was looking for me, and I got to talking to the pastor. He goes, well, are you his mom? I said, well, it depends on what he did. And I says, yes. He says, well, he looked for me throughout the church, and he sat me down. I love when you share these stories, Mary. Thank you, Miss Riz. I love talking about it because, we get so lost in this world. It's like we let life be lifing, and reality is that we drift away from God. God doesn't drift away from us. We drift away from Him. You know, for one circumstance or another, we get pulled away. I was raised in the church by my grandparents. But when my grandparents moved on, I stopped going to church. I will admit it. I stopped. But I also know right from wrong, and I know I've gone down the wrong path. But I can't live and dwell in my past either. I am at the knee doctor. I hope everyone has a blessed day. All right, Sister D. I hope you have a wonderful, blessed day. Sending prayers, sweetheart. Thank you, Miss Riz from Sandra. And I'm trying to get myself back together. And I pray about it every day. As a matter of fact, I reached out to my friend, and she was like, I'm gonna put you, because she's a prayer warrior at her church. So she's like, I'm gonna lift prayers up. And I was thanking her, but yeah, my son, the pastor was talking to me. So the pastor was just telling me, he goes, well, he sat me down and we had a conversation. He goes, and the conversation I had with him, for a moment, I thought to myself, wait a minute, this is a child. This is a child I am talking to. I shouldn't have this conversation. These are things I should have with like an adult. And he's a child. He goes, he wants to be baptized. And I giggled, because I already knew what he was going to tell me. And he was like, well, he's been to church before. I said, no. He goes, no, he's been to church before. I said, sir, I'm at the church. I will not lie here. I may lie somewhere else, but I will not lie on church's premises. And he was like, wow. Wow. That's all he kept telling me was wow. And so, we left from there, and I go, what did you do? And he goes, nothing, Mom. I just had a conversation with him. I just told him what I had to tell him. Oh, wow. Oh, goodness gracious. He was like, no, I just told him what I had to say, and that was it. So then that happened, and my son, I know I've told this story probably multiple times, but I had asked him to pray for me because my mom had told me that she was hurting from her legs at the same time he was praying for her, but my mom didn't know he was praying. And mind you, I never taught him any of this. I never taught him to read the Bible. I never taught him to pray. This was all in his own, all on his timing. And I had told him, my mom tells me that she had asked him, he had asked my mom, are you okay, Grandma? And she was just like, yeah. Why? Yeah, I feel okay. Thank you. And he was like, well, the only reason I asked was because at the same time that I, was rubbing your leg because she was in pain, she couldn't rub it herself. He said that he started praying. And as he's praying, he's asking God to heal her. And my mom was like, huh? And he goes, yes. And God told me he was going to heal you because he's standing right here with me. My mom was like, what? And my mom was like amazed at what he had told her. So then I had asked him about it, and he just tells me, "Yes, mom, I talk to God every day. You know, at night I talk to him." And mind you, at this point, he was already in elementary. And he goes, "Yeah, he's always busy at night, but he'll respond to me the next day and tell me he's okay, but that he was busy. You know, he's always busy at nighttime. So that's why he doesn't answer me right away." So I come along and I came home one day and I was like, "Can you just pray over mommy's feet? Because I used to hurt really bad from my feet." So he's like, "Okay, mommy, okay." So he prayed over my feet, and I felt heat coming out of his hands. And I thought, "Oh, this child's burning my feet." At the same time we're praying, I open my eyes, and he has his hands on both sides of my feet. You know, one on one side and the other, and my feet are in the middle. I could feel heat out of his hands. And I was just like, okay. And I have not felt the pain since then. Thank God. That's a gift. Yes. And, he wanted to go into missionary work at one time. Mind you, my son now is 23 years old. He wanted to go into missionary work, but then he changed his mind. Here recently, yeah, he picked back up to going to church with the coworker from his job, and he started going back to church, and then he went to a different church out in Waco, Texas. Mind you, that is about 3 hours away, 3 hours give or take. He would drive over there on Sunday and come back home. He decided to get baptized, water baptized, and we went to go see him get baptized in Waco. At first, I was like, "Can you find a church closer by?" He's like, "No, mom, I want to go there." So we went. I've posted videos of him where he's being baptized, and train coming beside me. So then he got baptized. He takes his Bible everywhere he goes. He carries it in the car. He takes it home, back to the car. "Okay, train, that's just rude. You're right next to me, and we're playing who can drive the fastest non-plane." He is takes the Bible everywhere, and he just tells me, "Mom, no cussing. Mom, watch what you're saying." But then when I hear him, I'm like, "Huh? You can't correct me if you're doing it." And he's like, "Oh, yeah, you're right." But he has shown me a lot. Like, I have pictures of where he went just recently to a retreat that they had in near Waco. I don't know where, at a college where all the college students got together and they were doing praise and worship. And he's just been loving it, loving it, loving it. And I always tell him just to be careful. He's like, "Mom, God is with me. I'm okay." So he kind of takes my worries away when I talk to him about it. I haven't told y'all his name. I might have told y'all his name before, but his name is Isaiah, just like the Bible. And people, have told me, "Oh, I want to meet him. I want to meet him. I'll buy him whatever he wants. I'll give him whatever he wants." I'm like, "You don't have to buy or give him anything. I can bring him to you." And they're like, "Well, can you have him pray over me? Can you have him pray for me?" I would get calls, text messages, my customers. And I'm just like, my dad told people, because he prayed over my dad, and my dad said he felt something as well when he prayed over my dad. So he's done a lot of good. And so he's Isaiah. Of course, my oldest is Isaac. And then I have Ivan, and my daughter's Iva. Of course, they're all I. So every now and then I do get confused. I'm like, Isaac, Isaiah, Ivan, whatever your name is. And they make fun of me. At first, I didn't do it. And I go, "I'm getting older. Leave me alone." Okay? My mind is not as sharp as it used to be when I gave y'all these names. And they start laughing. And, it just amazes me for everything that I get to experience or see. I know somebody called my phone, my other phone. But yes, it's been a good morning. I've enjoyed talking with y'all. Uh-oh, everybody stopped. You love the letter. Yes, I don't even know how I got the first one, Isaac. I know where I got Isaiah's name from. It wasn't the Bible. I'm going to admit it. The letter I. Yes. I got the name from the movie Losing Isaiah. It's I don't even remember what year that movie came out. And that movie, I fell in love with his name there. I enjoyed this. Thank you, Miss Riss. I'm so happy you enjoyed it. I don't know. I just felt like talking about it. And when I get into talking, I start jumping around into different stories because I have so many different stories. I had an encounter where I used to work at, and there was a gentleman that, because we have to do marketing over there. I remember that movie. Yes, I love that movie. That's like a favorite movie of mine. And there was a gentleman, and he goes, I don't even know stores like on the other side of town from where I live from. I was like, really? He goes, yes. He goes, but I know I came here for a reason, but I don't know what it was yet. So then we start talking, and then I go to find out he's a pastor. I do too, especially the clouds of the angel and the man. Hey, Sister Tara J, how are you, sister? I hope you're having a blessed morning. Thank you. Oh, those are memories that I will not forget. I'll have to post the angel one in my chat so y'all can see it. And the other one, I just can't get the one with the man because I couldn't get the picture. Hey, Mary in chat from Tara J. Yes, Tara, Miss Riss. I was driving and listening in. Oh, thank you, Sister Tara J. And so the man was telling me he was a pastor. Hey, Miss Riss from Tara. And I was like, oh. So then I started telling him the same stories about my son Isaiah. At that point, I hadn't seen the clouds yet. This was way before I came to work where I'm going now. Because this was the direction I was driving when I seen the man in the clouds. So the pastor told me, he was like, oh, I know why I'm here. And I says, really? He goes, I'm here to talk to you. Me? He goes, yeah. He goes, I'm here to see you. And I was just like, okay. I'm like, I don't know who this man is. I don't know his name. I'm just conversating because it's what I have to do for my job. He says, and I still can't figure out how to talk to Isaiah, my son. Because at that time he was elementary, I think. Elementary. He was in elementary. No, I'm lying. He was junior high, I think. Yeah, because I was expecting. No, I don't remember. But Isaiah was somewhere in junior high, I think, when this happened to me. Or high school. I don't remember. It's been so many years. He goes, I'm here to talk to you. He goes, you need to tell him all your wants or all your dreams. You have to talk to him. He goes, once you talk to Isaiah, he goes, your blessings will fall in line. He goes, he's your answer. He's holding everything for you. And then the gentleman tells me, you have a blessed day, and he left. Never seen this man but that one time. And I looked and I was like, talk to Isaiah. I said, how do I talk to him? And I didn't know at that point how to talk to Isaiah. So then that happened. Then I had a lady where I work at, a customer. Mind you, I seen her one time. One time. She was an older lady. Beautiful little, short little older lady. Gray hair. And we had a conversation. I gave her my number because she goes, I need to talk with you. I need to relay a message to you. And I don't remember the conversation before that. But then I gave her my number and I had a missed call. But I didn't know if that was her or not because I have a bad habit of not listening to my voicemail until later. Like, you leave me a voicemail today, I might not get it till a month later because I know there are none but bill collectors that are calling me because they love me so much. They call me and leave me voicemail, so I listen to it a month later. Um, I had a voicemail on my old number, and she was like, "Hey, Mary, give me a call. I need to talk to you. I have to tell you something." But I kind of got scared at the same time because I was like, who is this and why do they want to tell me something? I never called. I never called that person back. And I had somebody else come to me at the bank and we were talking. And she, honey, let me tell you something. I said, yes, ma'am. I'm just going to tell you, you're okay. There's nothing wrong. You're fine. And I teared up because I knew I've been praying. I've been praying. I prayed so hard. She goes, you're going to be fine. I need to tell you you're okay. Nothing is wrong with you. Oh, if I didn't tear up at that point. I'm an emotional person, y'all. Really emotional. You know, I know I've made some bad choices down the road, but who doesn't? You know? But those are my stories for today on this blessed Wednesday. Happy hump day. I hope y'all have an amazing, amazing, amazing blessed day, y'all. Sister Tara J, Sister Miss Riz, Sister Opal, Sister Lynn's Life, Sister Sandra D, Brother Arthur. I just want to wish y'all an amazing, amazing blessed day. I love y'all. And I'll be back later. And I'll get those pictures posted in my community tab so y'all can see them. And I know I posted a picture in my community tab also. That anointing oil is what I bought, which is the scent is myrrh. And that's what I use to bless myself, my home, my car, my kids, my co-workers. I use it to bless people with. And I love this oil. I love the smell. As a matter of fact, look, I'm gonna show y'all. I carry it everywhere I go. I'm getting it out of my purse. I carry it everywhere I go. I love it. We all have made bad choices, but God is so amazing and He loves us all. You're right, Lynn's Life. You're so right about that. God is amazing. It's gonna be a laid back day. It's supposed to be raining here today. It's been raining since Monday here. Good morning, Lynn's Life. Lessons from Sister Tara J. Yeah, it's been raining. It's been hailing around me. You know, due to this weather, a child has moved on. I know I talked about it on Sister Toya's page on her live. Just keep that family in prayer. She was 10 years old. They did find her. She was on her way home from school when they were crossing the bridge and the water swept her off the bridge. So definitely keep that family in prayer because my heart breaks for them. She's 10. She was a beautiful little soul. And she's the same age as my son. So, you know, I'll be praying for them. They showed a picture of her and whew, she's so beautiful. But that's why we have to love each other. Watch out for each other. You know, protect one another. Instead of the hate, instead of envy, instead of all that jealousy, we need to turn that around because you just never know. But I'm going to go ahead and get off my live. I'm going to call the other person who called me. And I will be talking to y'all soon. I love y'all. And like Sister Toya says, God loves y'all. Y'all be blessed.